And welcome back, folks. Welcome back to Let's Play Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin. This is an all achievements run. I'm Worm. And when last we left off, we cleared out the first two bosses in the game, the Pursuer and the Last Giant. And we were going to go back to the first area and clear out another area that we just unlocked through getting a... what's it called now? Petrified... a branch of fragrant yore. I'm thinking of the petrify something from the beginning that I still didn't get around to looking up what it does exactly. I have noticed a couple of stutters. There's just been a very small Steamworks update and stuff like that. I'm wondering if that's caused it rather. I'm really not speaking well at the minute. So what we do here is we use the fragrant branch of yore. You remember this fellow was turned to stone? Well, not anymore. We're going to clear this area out, and we're going to tidy up a couple of things that we should have done, or we could have done rather, at the end of last episode, but I decided to leave it in the interest of, well, time. So these things aren't very nice. I can't remember what they do in this one, but basically they have some form of status effect that, what is it, curse I believe? I don't actually know what curse does in Dark Souls 2, I just know in the first game it was an instant death, and it wasn't very nice. They're called basilisks. They're like the most notorious enemy in Souls history. Nobody really likes them. That Archer's been a bit of a cunt as well. But it's alright, he's gonna die now. Hey man, that horrible basilisk. Oh god. I think it's probably wise to use an Estus flask here because we just don't want to risk dying. I keep wanting to press A to jump and do a little jumping swipe. I've been playing Elden Ring again today. I finally got the Platinum Trophy. But we'll not be doing that. Okay. Now you do take damage dropping down here, and there are a couple of those basilisks. Do we have any items we can use just to tag them? I believe we do. Yes. So, we're going to casually just throw a knife these cunts to death. They're actually taking quite a bit of damage from those throwing knives, which surprises me. Cheeky little bastard, get back here. As you can see, there's a few of them down there, but they'll go down fairly easy with these throwing knives. Well, they should do, but we're running out. Fuck it, we'll have at thee with this one. There's an archer above us. We want to get below him and heal. And then we're going to go up the ladder behind. We're going to throw knives from our quick spots because we're not going to use them. Grab the Estus flash shard from down here, which I didn't actually realise was down here. That's a nice addition. 5 Estus flasks really is a decent number. Heard something else through there. I feel I remember what's in this area coming up, and if I don't, well, I'll die. As I say, I have been playing Elden Ring quite a lot again today, so it might take a minute to get back into the swing of how rudimentary and slow Dark Souls 2 really is. It's definitely not quite as polished as the other entries in the series, especially from 3 and Bloodborne onwards. Okay, so there's a ogre guy there, but there's also one here. I didn't realise you had to trigger both of them. I thought you could trigger just the one. Now, in my first playthrough of this game, which was the original build of Dark Souls 2, where you did not need to use a fragrant branch of yore to get into this area, I used magic, and I just cheesed those. Why do I feel like something else should spawn down here? I think in this version of Dark Souls 2 the Pursuer should spawn down here, but it might only happen when you clear these two out. This could be quite awkward actually. There might be something best left till later on. But we're gonna have a go now. We're gonna die. Okay, we're not. Question is, how are we going to do this? I mean, that's useful because we can get a couple of attacks off. But of course, he can clip through his friend and damage us that way. I believe we picked up a staff earlier. I might try maging them. Please just sit down. Do you lie down thing, please, sir? If we can get one of them down, we should be able to lock the other guy into the sit down animation they did. That's one down. I don't know where his friend is though, so we're gonna play it safe with a life jump. Oh, it's there. Ah, fuck it. Oh yes, that's where the fisher spawns, down here. I thought he did. As you can see, he's now smoking. I believe it gives him a magic attack that can hit from some range, but I might be wrong there. At the moment, this guy's the focus. Come on, big boy. I've only just noticed they've only got one eye. Easy. I mean, it's really not easy, but, you know. Now, I wonder if the pursuer will spawn again, now that we've dealt with both of those. I'm going to say probably not. But anyway, there's a coffin here. You can get in it to change your character's sex, believe it or not. We're going to do that now. Just to say we've done it for 100%. I don't believe it goes towards a trophy or anything, an achievement, but we can do it. As you see, the nature of your being has changed, which just means we're now whichever sex we weren't before. I can't actually remember. Now, I want the pursuer to spawn. Oh, it's there. Good. Okay, so we've fought this guy before. I believe he has a magic attack now, which might make it a little bit more annoying, and the arena's obviously smaller than the one we fought him in last time. But we should be able to deal with him. He's not actually that difficult an enemy. This is the attack you want to bait out with the pursuer if you've not got a shield for parrying. Oh dear, until he does that and just completely annihilates me. I could be doing with getting him to do another attack now so I can use up a life gem. That'll do. Oh no. I mean, I said it was easy. And he is by Dark Souls bosses. Oh yeah, just get out of the way when he does that. I want him to rush me if I can so I can heal. Just so we're not risking dying. Okay, heal now. I don't know if the adaptability staff also increases the speed at which you use your flask, because it's a lot slower in this than the other Souls games. The trick for that magic attack you speed out is usually to stand behind him, but I was panic rolling a bit. I wanted to make sure we could get that heal off. You can tag him when he does that attack as well. But it's also very deceptive reach on it, so just be careful you don't get tagged back. 1, 2, and he's down. And we get a Twinkling Titanite, which is used to reinforce boss weapons. And we get a fair few souls as well. Now there is one other thing to do in this area. Oh yeah, these guys respawn now that we rested in that coffin. Which I guess means that the ogre / troll people don't respawn, which is something I wanted to make sure. So, we're gonna go back to a bonfire now anyway. Guess we need to do a special something. You may recall we cleared out between the first couple of episodes this area as well to make sure that all the enemies were non-respawning. I may come back and do the same with the basilisks between episodes just for continuity's sake, but I don't know. I'll probably leave it till later on in the series. So we want to come through here and light all of these sconces. I don't know exactly how many there are, but I do know what happens when you do it. I don't think this is a mechanic repeated throughout the game. It could be though. With Dark Souls 2, to be honest, you never know. It's not the most, how can I phrase this, well thought out of games. But it is still good. There are still a lot of qualities to it, and it is still just another Souls game, so like big bosses and infuriating difficulty, then, you know, this is definitely the game for you. Could be doing with a little bit more stamina and definitely a bit more health, which is probably what we used those souls we got from killing the Pursuer again on. It was nice they added the Pursuer into a few more areas in this version of the game. It's one of the few genuine improvements I feel to the score of the first version. Just makes for an interesting dynamic. We light everything over there, yes. But I want to go and check in here just to make sure. Apologies if the volume of my voice fluctuates, by the way. I'm really not to do these sort of things, but I'll try and keep it up as much as I can. I don't recall if there's... oh, there is one up there, good. Anything in here? I don't believe so. This was just where those crap red eye orbs were, on the body here. One thing you usually find in these games is that the placement of items is very, very deliberate. Like, reading the item descriptions tells you quite a bit of background lore, and they're usually placed well to reinforce the lore of that area and to give like each individual side character and NPC a story. Dark Souls 2 is not as good with that, but it still does it, so fair at least, even if it's not as fully fledged as the other games in this series. That's pretty much everything in this one, isn't it? How many more of these are there? Shoot at me then, sir. Okay, I don't believe there's one down there. Go around the outside and try and see. Oh, there isn't. So the last couple should be one there, and I'd assume one, oh, there's one at the top as well. There are just a few things we're going to be tidying up this episode before we proceed into the next region of the game. Oh, that's a one-shot kill. Just want to make use of the dodge roll and strafing to avoid those arrows. I kind of want to deal with this basilisk before we go over there. Gonna pain in the ass spot on that. Oh. Okay, you can stop shooting arrows now, sir. Anytime you want. And you're dead. Okay. I believe that's the final one. Therefore trigger something to happen, but it hasn't. So maybe I'm wrong. I missed one by any chance? So, I'll explain what's supposed to happen. You're supposed to light those sconces, and you should get invaded by a NPC. Yeah, well, obviously. Just checking if there's any out here. There shouldn't be, because this is its whole other region, but no. That's confusing. Let's go back to just single wielding, because we can relight the torch on any of those sconces we've already lit. And let's have a look through here. Oh yes, he's here now. It just didn't tell me that he'd spawned. Okay, I don't actually know what he's wielding or how hard this guy is, because I haven't done it for a long time. Oh, he's not got much HP at all. And he's dead. And that's basically what we have to light those torches for. Those red phantom people are invasions, so they're people who've come into our world. There's NPC ones that can only trigger when your humanity's full, so when you've used a human effigy if you've died. And he's one of those. He gave us, I think, 3,000 souls. Didn't give us anything decent as an item. Did he give us a petrified something? Yes. I can show you what we do with that very quickly, actually. Where is it? Oh, it's up here. So, you may recall we dropped a small and silky stone here. I think you can do the same with that petrified something, and you can get one as a starting gift that same with.
Yes, you! Give us silky!
Those voices really irritate me, but they're actually really charming. I believe you can. Yes, and the items you get are based on like a drop table, so that should give us something decent. A petrified dragon bone, which I think you use to improve better weapons. Yes, it reinforces special. I don't even know what. That and Twinkling Titanite are both used for boss weapons, I believe, but I could be wrong there. That's something we'll discover as we move through the game. But I am actually checking things between episodes, making sure that I know what I need to do for 100%. I do recall off the top of my head some NPC side quests and stuff, but I don't remember all of them. There's weird ones in this where you have to summon NPCs in to help you kill bosses, which has never really been a feature in the Souls games, but oh well, you have to do it in this one. So here we are back in peaceful Majula. We're already slowly starting to improve the population. Also, that soundtrack is cool. So there is an achievement for filling the population of Majula by bringing various NPCs, such as the merchant lady over here, back to place. And I believe Kale the cartographer should be in here now. He may not be, it might have to come back later. We'll try and speak to him anyway. See if there's any more dialogue. Oh yes, here he is. Let's see what he's got to say now.
Oh, hello again. You've made it. The map, I presume. Of course. Take a good look. Even more flames have appeared.
One flame, Kale. One flame.
Did you see the flame on the map? It wasn't there when I came here before. I don't know what explains it. But there is something greatly comforting about that flame. It seems to fulfill something very precious, deep within the soul. Something essential. I would not venture far into that hole.
That's what she said.
It was blocked by a wall, something built long ago. But it was crumbling, and I finished the job. Now a foul sound echoes within. Did you see the flame? It wasn't...
So these flames, I believe, are added when you kill bosses. I don't know if it's story-based bosses or whatever. I don't think so, because I don't believe the Last Giant or the Duo are story bosses. But, you know, it happens either way. So we've got a couple of other things we need to clear up this episode, but first we're going to go and see the Emerald Herald again. Got any Oh, we just have the boss souls. We're going to increase our Estus uses. We're also going to
Is that a show? Here, just
level up a bit. I do just want to say as well, if I try pressing something it doesn't input. For some reason my PS5 pad is sticking a little bit. I don't know why. So we're going to put that up to 10. And we'll put 2 more levels into adaptability just to make sure those iframes are getting there. I did mean to look up between episodes what the threshold was to have your max iframes, but alas, I didn't, so yes. We're going to go back to the Cardinal Tower. There's 2 areas here that I actually want to go and check out. First and foremost is another use for the soldier key, which means coming down here we're going to kill this guy just because why not? He's sat there and it's 3 souls, and as I said last episode, I never turn down 3 souls. We're going to kill this guy because again, why not? We're going to make it a hat trick with this lovely skeleton there, and then we're going to open this door. Now there is something not nice down here. I don't believe it's in the tunnel yet. It's when it shows up you'll see. Now there's a lot of skeleton enemies down here you want to be careful of, because they can really stack the damage up on you after a while, and I think there's an archer one, or at least one archer one, maybe 2 or 3. So just make sure when they regenerate you can hit them with an R2 with the bastard sword +4 and it'll one-shot them. I believe they also inflict bleed damage with those weapons they're carrying, so that'll stack up and do a nice chunk of your health as damage, so don't let that happen. Like I said, just check them out. 1 R2 with the bastard sword at +4 is enough for each of them. We've got some more torch usage there too. We already had. I don't know if lighting these brackets has any impact. I don't think it does, I think it's just there to light the way. I will look between episodes just to make sure. Okay, so we've got an archer there who's going to be a pain. We could be doing with rushing him, but we're not going to. I will show you why as we go through. So let's make a move. As you see, there's a couple of those turtle guys from before. Now, I think that door should open. Can we get a lock on him from here? No, but we can get this guy to come over. That's great, because we want as many of these to come over as possible. So just keep chipping away at this guy's health. Like so, until he's dead. That's 1 down. There are actually several of these to deal with in here. You could probably hear one moving then. So we'll deal with him. I don't know what triggers them to come after us, and I wish he'd stop shooting me as well. Oh dear. Okay, so that can happen. That's not an uncommon occurrence here. The platforming in this game is really bad, which is why I wish they had like a jump button like Sekiro and Elden Ring. I know Elden Ring got a little bit of flack for it, but I think given what it's there for, it's useful. I am actually going to use my human effigy again there. There is a reason for that. I'll just say it out now. I believe there is another invasion down that tunnel we were going down, or out in the open area past it anyway. It may not be an invasion, it may be a set character was there, in which case we didn't really need to use the effigy, but I don't intend to die again there. I don't think I'll probably die for a while yet. There's a couple of bosses in the not too distant future I'm worried about, but not for a couple of areas yet. You can actually summon a sorcerer guy to help you get through this area. He lights the way and stuff like that for you. He can be helpful. I may actually summon him in a moment. But I don't think I will. He's helpful for the fight that I mentioned that's coming up, but really not the most friendly of experiences. Especially not if this is an area you're not prepared for. Yes, so that's the bleed effect stacking up there. As you can see, I still got hit during my roll, which is a staple of Dark Souls 2, really. The iframes are basically non-existent, the hitboxes are ridiculous. I think you can still get hit while opening doors in this one as well, which wasn't something in the other games. So we're going to rush around and collect our 4,000 souls. And of course get shot at by this fella. He's not going to survive, so it doesn't really matter. So, I think going in there triggers the fella I was talking about to come after us. But I might be wrong. I do know that those turtle people can break through those walls there. In there. Oh yes, here we go. Armour of Dennis is the thing I was thinking of. So yeah, there's a not nice invasion happens here. Might as well open this chest while we wait for him to come after us. He's a mage, and he's there. And he's not nice. Yes, you can point at me all you want, sir. Okay, so we want to keep out the way because there's... Oh dear, he's already hit us. We want to keep out the way because there's somebody else aggroed on us, but... So yes, all that I said about we might not die again anytime soon. That might go out the window as well. But this guy's really not friendly. So we're going to heal again. I want to get rid of him so I can focus on the horrible spellcaster around the corner. He's not the worst. Oh god. He is when he does that though. We're going to heal again. There is a bonfire here. We'll light it because we might actually need it. Let's get some damage in on this guy now. Quite how that didn't hit him, I will never know, but that's Dark Souls 2 here. And he's dead. As I said, it could be problematic, but we've dealt with him. That guy has historically killed me a number of times. I don't actually know what item I just picked up there. I'll have a quick look to see if I can work it out, but I don't really care. We're going to use that. Was it anything weapon related? No. I mean, it doesn't really matter. He's gone now. So let's make a move. We've still got quite a bit to do here, so let's deal with this guy first. The old ironclad knights. As you can probably hear and see there, we've got a number of them to deal with. So let's just work on them one at a time. We can use that gap to jump over if we need to. And I think we might need to right now. So we're going to jump over. We're going to climb up here because, well, why not? I'll show you something else as well while we're up here. This whole room below us is one big ambush. The idea is that the game wants you to open it and get attacked by another one of those ironclad knights who, or should be, just down there. We're not stupid, we didn't do that. Not that you're stupid if you fell for it, because it's a very unsavoury little trick. So, I don't know what that banging was there. But I do know that round this corner there are a few enemies to deal with, which we'll do so. Let's get a few hits in on this guy. Nice and easy. And that's one down. There are, as I say, another couple. I think there's 3 more actually. thought there was another guy around here, but it might have been the one who ran out to attack us. We've also got a couple more human effigies packed up now, which is nice. Roll past him just in case he manages to get a cheeky hit on us. I believe that's the one we've damaged over there. Shouldn't cause too much issue. We'll R2 this guy because he looks about dead. And I can hear that other guy stomping around, so we'll go to meet him. I don't know what just happened there. I heard like an almighty crash. If I do that, it's another Ironclad Knight dead. There's one more. Should be the one we've already wounded. I don't actually know where though. Maybe there isn't one more. Maybe they are all dead. I don't know. I thought there was. I did think I could hear at least one more. So as you can see, the giants do turn into trees. Don't know why. One of those weird quirks of stuff. When I came out of there, I heard a noise, and I thought it was that other Ironclad Knight, but it can't be. Which is good. It means we have cleared them all out. We're just checking every little nook and cranny. Remembering that we are after that 100%. Let's go and open this door. I think it's just the other side of this. Yes, it is. So that's this area, the Forest of Fallen Giants, now 100% cleared out. With the exception of a portal to another region that I'm about to show you. We're going to do what little stuff we can do there now without really doing anything important. Where's the best way to get there from? This way. Oh yeah, ale blood. Okay, what's the quickest route? The way we're going is back up where the pursuer should have been. Just through here, and up to the right. I showed it off in the previous episode, but never hurts for a slight bit of information. So we're going to go through here. I'm getting memories now of doing this on New Game Plus for the first time around, like this whole area, and the amount of those red invasion phantoms you get is something silly. There are far more of them in New Game Plus. It's basically just artificially ramping up the difficulty of this game. I can't get another hit in. There we go. I managed to outspeed him. And we've got another bit of armour. For now we're not going to be improving our armour, we don't really need to. For now we're just going to focus on improving health, stamina, and just damage output. But there might be a point where we switch to something a little bit more substantial. I don't really want to use the Drangleic armour because it feels broken, although the sword on its own I probably would use. Have a look at the sword compared to the Bastard Sword. So there's the base Bastard Sword, starts at 140. The Drangleic Sword's 180, but weighs quite a bit more. It could be worth looking into switching to. I believe its upgrade path also uses something different to regular Titanite shards. I think it's Twinkling Titanite. And we've got rid of them. Is there an item down there? No. Again, just worth being thorough. So this was what I was going to show off. You come up here, the massive statue with a bird's nest next to it. You can examine it, and this happens. This is kind of a repeat of a couple of scenes from the first game where a bird will take you somewhere. I mean, the escape from the asylum at the beginning of the game is one such example. So this brings you to a whole new region. Now this region, in theory, you shouldn't get to for another 2 or 3 areas, but you can come here a lot earlier by doing that. We're just going to check the chests. Again, there is a reason that you will see later on why we do that. I don't actually know the tell in this game for whether they're safe or not. You've already seen one variant of trap chest. There is another variant that is far more deadly. Also got the dull ember, which allows us to open up a door that we previously couldn't open. So we're going to grab this bonfire here and then take a walk out here. Now, where do we want to explore? I'm trying to think. The logical place to explore to would be that tower and over here. These are the areas you normally couldn't access just going the route you're intended to. You have to go through that bird's nest and take that transportation system to get here. You can see there's some of those Royal Swordsman but Archer variants. There's also an area down here. We've got some large Titanite shards there. Okay, let's go through this door. That large area down there, you will see why that is important in a moment, but now just note there's dogs down there. Always the worst enemy in Souls games. What do we have to throw at them? I missed completely. Didn't miss that time though. Do we have anything else? We've got fire bombs, but no need for those. So that's another dog down. They have bleed damage. I don't know why. We're going to use a life gem just to restore back up to full. That's the route out, but we're not going there yet. For now, let's go through here. Where? And it's our old friend the Pursuer again. We haven't seen you for a while. Yes, he is quite egregious in his number of appearances in this game. Like, I like him, but it's one of those changes that's sort of a bit divisive. Like, do you really need him to show up this often? Also, be careful of the gaps in the floor there. I have fell down there a few times. And also be careful of that because, yeah. Heal. Please don't hit me. You can follow that up with the stab attack as well, which is painful. We're going to just dodge around that and try and get a hit in. We missed that. Okay, this is the attack you want to get behind him. And you can just wail on him while he's like this. Get a bit of free damage in. Okay, it wasn't so free because the hit is there, but it's alright. Just don't get hit by that because it's, I believe, impales you. And then finish him off. I don't think we get much for killing him. Just some Twinkling Titanite and some souls. Don't know why, I thought there was a room here we could go through, but I think I'm thinking somewhere else. I do actually think I know the area I'm on about now. We get the covetous Silver Serpent Ring, Human FG, and another Fragrant Branch of Yore, which replaces the one we used. We've actually got the upgraded version of that already. We're spending a fair bit of money at Trader Lady. And like I say, we got a replacement for that Fragrant Branch of Yore. We got, checking this for a hidden wall. We saw one earlier in the playthrough where you had to press A or X on the right spot and the wall would swing back and reveal. You'll see, this is something I've just noticed actually, the inputs are the Xbox One pad on this game. This isn't strictly true, I'm using a PlayStation 5 controller, but, you know, it's all the same thing really. These guys, this guy could cause us some problems, so we're going to try and get a backstabbing. Good failed, but this weapon's good enough to stagger him anyway. He doesn't have a whole lot of poise. Got everything there. We're going to go in here, open this door. We're going to open this first. We're also going to ignore the lady there for 1 second, or is it a fella? I believe it's a lady. Got an antiquated key. I think I know where we used that. That and the dull ember, I believe I know the spots there for. The dull ember you give to a fella in this area, I think. Or it might open his door. Either way, we'll find out soon. Let's speak to...
What is it?
I'm gonna shut up while we...
I don't know you, and you don't know me. Things are better that way. You are an odd one. Normally, people keep a safe distance when they see this mask. But you... I'm called Lucatil. From the land of Mira to the far east, across the mountains. They say Drang Lake brims with powerful souls. And so I came to claim my share. But what a strange place. Even the rumors did not prepare me. You are an odd one indeed. I've always made a point of avoiding people, while you've made a point of engaging me. I can see that you are mid-journey. If you require assistance, I will help you. I come from Mira, a land of knights. My sword is always ready. Don't hesitate to call upon me. Whatever happens, I won't be missed. You are an odd one, while you've made a point of engaging me.
Okay, so we've exhausted all of Lucatil of Mira's dialogue. He, as you can see, wears a rather bizarre mask with its eyes sewn shut. She is one of the NPCs I mentioned earlier that you have to summon into certain fights, or I think it's 3 total boss fights. For her questline. I believe you get her gear by the end of it. I could be wrong. We're going to sneak past these raw souls when we're technically not supposed to be here yet. I want to open a shortcut though that will greatly help us. Stay out of the way of that because that can be a pain in the arse. Let him fall off because why not? Another one ahead that we need to get rid of. I think there's a dog down here as well. Oh no. There was in the original build of Dark Souls 2, definitely. We want to try and lure this guy over here. He'll hit that barrel if we're not careful, which we don't want to happen. So if we can just get a backstab on him. Over here please sir. Okay, this can be finicky. We want to try and do it first time. We need to roll this barrel into that wall straight ahead. And there we go. That's all we're doing here now. We're not actually going to be playing through this area. We'll kill these dogs because they're there to be killed. And they have a chance of dropping human effigies. We're going to ignore this in here. We're going to go back to the Cardinal Tower briefly. Or shall we go and use our souls up first? I think I know what that antiquated key's for. And... oh... we're probably a bit too low level to do it, to be honest. But I do just want to go and see if I'm right with what it's for. I think we'll leave the actual room itself until a bit later. So if we go down here, you may recall on the way to the last giant, there was a room on the left that was guarded by a soldier with a spear. He may be replaced with a turtle knight guy now, an ironclad knight. I can't remember. I know that in the original build there was a ironclad knight down here, I believe. No. Okay, so that's not... I thought you used either the antiquated key or the dull ember there, but I must be wrong. I don't recall where you use it in that case. Let's have a look. Okay, I'm not 100% sure, but either way. We're going to go back to Majula and level up, and then... oh god, I can hear something. Yes, we're going to go to Majula and level up. There was an ironclad knight down there, I thought so. Oh, he's on that elevator, that's right. I thought that was one. I just couldn't remember where. But either way, we're going to go and level up now, and then in the next episode we'll be exploring a new area. We've tidied up everything here that we can do at this point in the game, so there's no reason to be here. Again, if you see a massive change in the amount of souls I have between episodes, simply because I have decided to go and clear out a certain area. I don't know what areas, but a certain area, any area. So we reinforce. What does it use for the... It's 2 Twinkling Titanite to upgrade that. And that's only very slightly less effective than the one we've already got. But I think for now we're just going to keep upgrading the Bastard Sword. We'll probably keep upgrading it until we can't use it anymore. Or rather, not until we can't use it anymore, until we find something we really want to use and we can get large Titanite shards a lot easier. So, we're gonna go... I'm not entirely sure what weapon we're going to use in our endgame build yet. I do know we need to start putting points into intelligence, and it might be faith as well. There's a certain NPC that requires a skills check to talk to. So we're now level 45. This game basically pisses out levels. So I didn't show this off before. Down here is an interesting contraption mentioned by the Crestfallen Knight. We can't use it. It does come into play later on. You'll notice this is gated off and this looks like it moves. It does. We're here to go down here. There's an item in a chest down here that we're going to grab. I believe there's 1 or 2 enemies as well. Not immediately, but through the gate. But I might be wrong there. There should be a shield in here. Coming up is an area I will be clearing out after its relevant episode, which will be next time. Simply because the amount of souls it gives you is pretty good for this stage in the game. So you want to pull this. We're going through this little, I guess, well area. I don't think there's any items up here. Oh, I thought there was like an enemy here, but there's not. There's the thief's knife here though, the bandit knife. The broken thief's sword, sorry. And this is where I'll be leaving it until the next episode, folks. Through that tunnel is the next area. Until then. Cheers for watching, folks.